Well, good morning, everybody. It is now day 3 of this week on a budget. So, what are we having for breakfast today? Oatmeal. Yeah, we're doing oatmeal again. But with one little twist. I'm not going to explain how it's done. It's the same way that we did it yesterday, but I will show you what we're going to add to it. Getting it ready right now. Alright, so here it is, and of course, like I said, today we're putting in raspberries as our add-on. Very good.
Good morning, everyone. So I've got my oatmeal right here. It's got some raspberries on it, and I've got my chai tea in here in my Eleanor Roosevelt mug, which it's refusing to focus on. Anyway, without further ado, let's see how the oatmeal with raspberries is. It's oatmeal with raspberries.
Okay, and so before I go to work, I gotta prep my sandwich for today. So we're having a little bit of cheese, not a whole slice, because we gotta go kind of light on that. Some lettuce, some tomatoes I sliced from last night when we did the salad, and I'm gonna make me a lettuce, tomato, cheese sandwich for lunch.
Here at the Trojan pair household, it is currently 2:11, quite late for lunch, but I was very surprisingly not hungry, so time to eat. Today will be a tomato lettuce sandwich. Yay! It is done. Let's see how it is. I got my tomato and lettuce sandwich here. I fried the bread again. Look at that. That looks really nice. And I've got the last bit of the lemonade Kool-Aid. So let's give this a try. Makes me think of a picnic on a summer day. Delicious.
All right, doing pretty good today. I have an appointment later today, so I'm trying to get done quickly enough, and things are going good so far, but it's time for lunch. I packed myself my sandwich, the lettuce, tomato, a little bit of cheese, not as much as what I would probably normally do if I wasn't on a budget for this, and a few little condiments that we've had in the refrigerator that were already available. Here it is. By the way, this is wheat. I think this was slightly cheaper than the white, so that's why I went with it. There you go. You see a little bit of that stuff in there. And this is a sandwich. Unlike a lot of this stuff, I've done this 100 times, so of course this was an easy make, and it's something that I've had many times actually for lunch at work. Yep. Hits the spot always, every time. Get that little bit of fresh tomato, lettuce, add in a little bit of the cheese, mustard, ketchup, mayo. We're almost out of mustard, so if we didn't have mustard, then I just wouldn't have had it. But yeah, that's a good sandwich. It's one that I'm used to. Simple and nice. So far, a lot of this stuff has not been... It's simple stuff, But it's simple if you know what you're doing, because if you've done it a few times, it's easy, second nature sort of stuff. But a lot of this stuff I've not really done often or at all. So, like the omelet, something I'm personally not used to doing. I've done it once. The pizzas, I've done like twice those type of pizzas anyway. I think I've done like, maybe 2 or 3 of those. And the soup I've never done before. I've never done it from scratch like that. So that was the big experiment. It could have been better, but it's an example of, the soup is still good. Could have been better. The pizzas, oh my gosh, so good. That's been the highlight so far, but we'll see what the rest of this day brings when I get back and we have today's dinner.
We are baking potatoes for dinner. I bought several of these, so it's good enough for one each. We're going to have a nice little side as well. We'll have a little medley of cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots on the side with it. And you could actually add that to the potatoes too if you want as a topper. I've had that before at some restaurants where they've done stuff like that. There is also a little of Gale's slice of cheese that she didn't have for her lunch. So we can split that between us, have a little bit of cheese on this. As for other toppings to it, we're just going to use whatever we have around the house. We might have some sour cream. If we do, we use it. If we don't, we can't. Obviously, we have plenty of butter. And we'll see if there's anything else. We might have some other toppers possibly that can be utilized. See what we got, see if there's anything that can be utilized. If not, we won't use it. But yeah, this should be a fairly simple one. We've got to pop this in the oven for about an hour, and I'll have to do a little prepping on the potatoes, but not much, and then we'll be ready to go. So here we go. Got the vegetables out of the steamer, seasoned a little bit, and then here is the potatoes. Got some of the leftover sliced cheese. We had a little bit of sour cream left, no more though. Some chives, salt, pepper, a little butter, and these little non-bacon bit sort of things that we got a long time ago. Here. They're fake bacon, so they're perfectly good. They're actually nice.
Bacon.
Bacon, yeah. So we'll try some of these vegetables. Honestly, you can put some of the small vegetables on there too with it. That's kind of nice. There we go. Do that with some of the small pieces. There we go. Add a little bit there. All right, I'm going to try some of them by themselves just to see how they are. Here we go. Got a nice little trifecta.
Ew.
About what you expect. Could have probably seasoned it a little bit better, but we'll try the big potato. Got a nice little bit here. That's really nice. It all goes together really nicely, even with the vegetables and whatnot. So we'll see what Gale thinks about it now. Go ahead.
Alright, so I got my baked potatoes here, or baked potato. Got some chives and some not bacon and some cheese and some butter and a little bit of sour cream. Got my veggies here, my cup of blood, aka Kool-Aid.
Yes, that's what I forgot to mention. We have our new cherry Kool-Aid as well. I got mine too.
Yes. So, without further ado, good flavor, little dry. And then It's bagged steamed carrots. Nothing else to say.
All right, well, I certainly enjoyed dinner. Gail was kind of not quite as pleased with it, though she did like it overall, but definitely did not enjoy it to the same level that she's enjoyed other baked potatoes, so I'm not exactly sure. She says it was the potato itself, but I enjoyed the potato, so I'm going with, of course, another smoothie type thing. And for some reason I pulled out the blackberries, but that's not what I meant to pull out. That's better. We got the raspberries, which of course we had raspberries this morning, but this is potentially the last smoothie-like one that I can do, because I don't think we're going to have enough yogurt to do any more. So this is the last one that we're going to do for that, so I want to make sure that we indulge everything from this and then move on to the next thing tomorrow. It basically is made the same way. I'll pull out the blender and combine the ingredients, and here you go. And here we go, 2 raspberry smoothies. Looks very strawberry-esque to me. We'll see how it is. Ooh. The raspberry flavor really works well with this. Might say, of the shakes or smoothies, probably my favorite one so far.
Raspberry smoothie right here. Fantastic.
Well, that's it for day 3. This was another good day, of course. Gail remarked earlier that she was going to be kind of sad when this ends, because even though it's been a little bit hard as far as the amount of food that she's been eating, it's been really nice having the high quality meals that we've been having. And that's kind of true. I've really enjoyed it, and honestly, I've made it a lot more difficult for us than probably I could have, because I wanted to at least provide a little bit better variety of things, because I could have done a lot of the same things every day, but it just wouldn't have been that interesting to see different things and to try different things. So that was good. I will say, this day is pretty good in general. The baked potato with the vegetables were really good. And the funny thing, the big winner out of today would have to be the raspberry smoothie, which was probably the best of the desserts that we've had so far. Even though the raspberries didn't work quite as well as with the oatmeal this morning as the bananas did, in my estimation, with the oatmeal, they worked really well in the smoothie. So that was very good. We will look forward to tomorrow and see what that day has in store, because I have some interesting things that I'm going to add to the list, and then we'll see how that goes. Looking forward to the rest of this week. Be the halfway mark tomorrow.